So, what you reading over there?
The Turok 2 Seeds of Evil. What's the difference to you between official strategy guide and official strategy guide?
Well, one of them is clearly Prima's official strategy guide.
Yeah, but this one says Acclaim Official Strategy Guide Turok 2 Seeds of Evil, and this one says Prima's Official Strategy Guide Turok 2 Seeds of Evil. Which one of these is more official? Is this more official because it's Prima's official, or is this more official because it just says official?
I would say it's more official to say official because you see the Acclaim in bigger font underneath official than you would on the Prima.
But now, then how come the one that says Prima's Official Strategy Guide has more of a background of the Turok comic books and the Turok video game before it gets into the Turok 2 stuff than the official Acclaim version?
I'm guessing it's that.
And it's not just that, because the maps are also way more detailed. Like in this one you have pencil-drawn things of the map where it kind of tells you where everything is, but in this one it's just like, it's like 3D zoomed out screenshots, and it's just not super helpful.
Okay.
But this one, it tells you like all of the different, areas you need to go to, and it labels everything, and this is just like, like what is this? How is this easy to read? Whereas this actually says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I feel like the Prima's official and the official, they're both good, but they're good in different ways, and at the end of the day, like, the Prima official is better, even though the regular official has, like, way more detailed stuff about the enemies, and it has big screenshots that kind of, like, takes them out. This is, like, you could use this to make, like, transparent PNGs nowadays. But it's not, like, when you look at the difference between, like, Prima and the official, it's not, like, that simple, because then we get into stuff like Perfect Dark, and Perfect Dark's a lot more complicated. So here, hold these. In Perfect Dark, we have like the Nintendo Power only guide, and then we have the Prima's official strategy guide. But the official Nintendo Player's Guide has like these super shitty breakdowns of the guns. Like you can barely see them; they're just like regular outlines. And then it has like really good in-depth stuff for the levels. Like it actually breaks them down into different sections and shows you one by one where you need to go. But the Prima's official one has kind of the same thing for levels, even though it's a little bit less detailed. Like you see this, look here. This is all just like blue neon, it's hard to see. But at the same time, it has really, really good breakdowns of all of the weapons and of all of the like gadgets that Joanna uses. But that's not the whole thing, because here in the Perfect Dark official Nintendo one, it actually has a comic book that tells you like the full story of what happened, not only just before Joanna joined the Force. Like this is a training. Look here. This is a training system that she went through. There was like bots and stuff like that. But it also has, if we go down to the back here, it has what happens after the Perfect Dark video game came out. So this book, like this official Nintendo Power Guide, actually has the sequel to the Perfect Dark video game, where there's like a room full of clones where they're cloning all kinds of people, and they're cloning like Michael Jackson, and they're cloning Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like it says right here, look, Schwarzenegger, that's the clone tank of Senator Arnold Schwarzenegger. And you wouldn't know that unless you bought the official Nintendo guide for Perfect Dark. But that's not the most interesting thing. The most interesting thing happens when you look at Zelda. Now, Zelda is complicated. So we have Prima's official strategy guide for Ocarina of Time. We have Versus Guide's official strategy guide for Ocarina of Time. And we have the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time official strategy guide, Everything Revealed, from Bradygames. Now, these are all good in different ways. So, the official strategy guide from Bradygames is the third one that we talked about, but it's the worst, because look at this text. Look at this. You can't read this. This is indecipherable. Like, it's black text on a black-gray background. It's insane. Like, this is a strategy guide written by somebody who has perfect eyesight no matter what the darkness level is, alright? So it's basically worthless. Now, when we get to these other two, though, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, All Hidden Items Revealed by Prima, and then Versus Book's official Perfect Guide, they're a little bit more interchangeable. Now, the official Perfect Guide has a lot of really good stuff. It really breaks down the worlds by, like, what you're going to find in it. Are you going to find this many heart pieces? Are you going to find this many skeletons? That's really, really good. And then at the end, it has a really big appendix, so that if you missed anything, you can go back through. But this official Ocarina of Time one with the really pretty like gold front that reminds you of the gold Japanese only Ocarina of Time cartridge, like this, it has a little bit less detail in the actual chapters, but it's written almost for somebody who's never played it before. Which, as you want that for any strategy guide, but this is very much in like a non-spoilery sense. Not having spoilers in your strategy guide, I feel like, is super important. And also, this is the one with stuff like the Dooku Shield and the Dooku sticks that when I was a kid, I felt like it made me want to write strategy guides for a living. And you can see that echoed when we go to Majora's Mask, which we have here. So Majora's Mask, the Nintendo Power Guide, is kind of boring, kind of dull. It just has like the zoomed out CG 3D backgrounds, and it has like little superimposed PNGs of the characters, but it doesn't really like give the amount of detail that this Versus Books one does. And that's why Versus Books, I feel like overall, is the best choice for strategy guides. Like, if you're looking for strategy guides for games that were made between 1996 and 2010. If you're doing that at any other time, just use the internet. What are you, fucking when it comes to breakdowns of levels, when it comes to breakdowns of songs, when it comes to heart pieces, when it comes to masks, when it comes to the appendix, when it comes to the cool poster, when it comes to advertising the perfect dark book we saw earlier today, Versus Books really, really sells it. And so, that's what I've been reading. Eric?